Welcome back to Eyes Open Media. All right, so I'm on Facebook and I'm looking at, during my timeline, and I see women who claim they're of the Lord, and women that say that, they live holy and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? But then but here's the thing. I'm asking the Lord. I'm like, Lord, if these women say that they're holy and stuff, why aren't you showing them that dyeing their hair different colors is not of you? Why aren't you showing them that putting pounds of makeup on is not of you? It destroys their natural beauty. Why aren't you telling them that wigs and and weaves that destroy your natural hair and make you bald, so you have to keep wearing the weave and the wigs is not of you? You like natural women. You like natural men. You like natural because that's what you created, Lord. And I'm just asking the Lord, like, why aren't you telling them this? If these people are really of you, Lord, you would show them in their dreams, and you would show them, and you will show them the truth. So why aren't you showing these women that are supposed to be of you the truth? And and the Lord told me, like, how do you know they are of me? How do you know that these women that are on your Facebook or on social media that claim to be of the Lord are of me? How do you know? You're just assuming. Because they say they are of me, that does not mean they are of me. Did you pray and confirm they are of me? No. I did, and I was like, Lord, I did ask for one of them, and then I got confirmation from another prophet that she was a fake. So, but she is a true prophet. That's the thing. She is a true prophet, but she is a fake of me. She is a prophet. She was born from above. I'm talking about this one girl that's on my Facebook. She was born from above, and she was born a prophet. So that is true, but her prophecies are not of him. They're coming from the second heaven, and also she's living worldly. That's why her prophecies are coming from the second heaven and not from God. The second heaven is hell, if you guys didn't know that. So she's getting deception, dreams, and visions from the devil, and she doesn't know. She thinks that it's from the Lord, but you can't really get true visions and prophecies from the Lord if you're living worldly. If you're still wearing mini skirts and revealing outfits and going to the clubs and drinking and living as other people in your family, okay? And this is why a lot of people in her family, this one woman I'm talking about, do not believe anything she says because she lives the same way they do. It's like you're supposed to be holy, and you're in the club, you drinking, you smoking, you doing all these things, you listening to demonic music, you do all these things we do, and you telling us to follow Christ. That ain't happening. Okay, and that's just one example out of the many women that are on Facebook that claim that they are holy and they are of God, but yet they're dyeing their hair color, different colors. They're putting on all this makeup that destroys the natural looking body. They're putting on all this jewelry, which jewelry was supposed to be meant for economic means, not to be worn. Okay, because a lot of the jewelry, and this is the reason why a lot of people are like, oh man, I can wear jewelry. Okay, but the problem is you don't know where that jewelry comes from. A lot of that jewelry comes from witchcraft. A lot of that jewelry comes from India and all these other places where they put voodoo spells on it. You guys do not understand. This is why the Lord wants us to be educated. We die from the lack of wisdom, right? We perish in hell from the lack of wisdom. So if if these things didn't come from these places where they put in these voodoo and witchcraft spells on it, then I don't think the Lord wouldn't mind if you had jewelry on, okay? But the problem is that these jewelries are coming from these places. You have no clue about, and you're putting them on your fingers and you're putting them on your ears and stuff, and you're piercing your ears and you're putting all these things on, and you have no clue where these things have been. And that is a problem. And then when you put these things on, these jewelries and these rings and all these things, earrings on, you're getting into spiritual covenants with witchcraft and evil and demons. And you have no clue. That's the problem with jewelry and rings and all these things. It's paganism. Okay, remember the pharaohs and the demonic kings and elites wore them. Not the regular godly people didn't have those things on. The queens and the pharaohs and the kings had those things on, and they disobeyed God because they were kings. Remember, the godly people didn't have jewelry on. Oh man. Anyways, yeah, but that was interesting because I was just on my Facebook timeline and I hear one girl who's talking about dyeing her hair, another girl, pounds of makeup on, another girl, which wig and weave to wear, another girl, tight miniskirt or revealing clothing for men to lust after her. But they're all claiming that they're of God and they're holy. So this is the new holy that is coming out of the godly kingdom. Okay, the worldly holiness. I think that's the new word. The new word is worldly holiness. Okay, so and I asked God, and I asked the Lord. I said, Lord, why don't you just show these women of God, if they are true women of God, why don't you just show them that this is not of you? And God, or quick reply was, "How do you know they are of me? Have you confirmed it with me? One of them you thought was of me, and then you asked for confirmation, and you found out she was a fake. She is born from above, and she is a prophet, but she's living a fake life." Those things you see on social media and how she talks about me and posts about me, it's all fake. It's all a massage of what really is going on in her real life. So make sure that's another thing. You see, we have to confirm and pray and confirm everything. We can't assume that people are of God just because they say it, or just because they put posters up of God, or memes up of God, or prayers up of God. That doesn't mean they're of God. Once again, we must pray and confirm everything, including me, including Eyes Open Media Crew, including all the prophets, including everybody that brings us something or tells us a different way of beliefs and stuff. You must pray and confirm everything. Because here I am on Facebook looking at these women that are supposed to be of God, going through my timeline, and God's like, how do you know they're of me? One of them you already know that is living a lie. So how do you know the rest of them aren't doing the same thing? And you can tell because they're wearing tons of makeup, they're wearing wigs and weaves, they're wearing nail polishes and polish and jewelry and all types of things that are not of God. So, I mean, what else can I say? I mean, it is what it is. I mean, there's so many women out there that are wearing makeup and weave and wigs and nail polish and jewelry and drip themselves in jewelry and all these things, and they claim they're of God. And I don't know what to say because there's so many of them. I mean, you just go into a church and you'll see every woman in there with a weave or a makeup and jewelry and nail polish and all types of things, and say they're a God. That's almost every single woman in the world is draped in jewelry, nail polish, wigs, weave, and makeup. So, it's hard to be like, yo, Lord, what's going on? Like, why don't you show them that this is not of you? Because there's so many women out there that are wearing all this stuff. So if it's not of you, Lord, please show them, show the majority of the world that it's not of you. Because all the women are wearing this stuff. All the women are revealing themselves to men for lustful likes and shares on social media. And they're supposed to be godly.